Hello and welcome to On the Clock with the St. Louis Sports Commission. I'm your host, Todd Blackstock. On today's episode, we have in studio Marc Schreiber. Marc's the Vice President of Marketing and Development for the St. Louis Sports Commission. And Marc, once again, thanks for joining us and taking time out of your busy day.
Oh, great to be back, Todd. It's good to see you.
You know, it's a lot of exciting things going on right now in sports. The NFL lockout just ended. How important is that to St. Louis? I know we did lose the Rams in the Hall of Fame game, but you know the financial implications would have been huge missing more games.
Oh, sure. I mean, I think it's great for everybody that there'll be a full season, and we've really admired what the Rams are trying to do, and just their engagement level in the community and their effort to deliver a great on the field and off the field product. And there's so much momentum going in the right direction with the organization. So I think we're all just fortunate as St. Louis sports fans and Rams fans that there's going to be NFL football, and they're back to training camp and everything's a go.
And it's right around the corner, which is so exciting. Mm-hmm. Well, the Sports Commission is always putting on great events, and most recently the Curious Case of Curt Flood, which was a St. Louis-based story, with Flood being the Cardinals outfielder that refused the trade. You guys hosted the premiere release with HBO members coming into town. How fun was that? And it really seemed to bring the city and county together.
Well, it was a wonderful night. It was really special, and we've been fortunate. This started a few years ago. HBO reached out to us. They had a documentary on Joe Louis that they wanted to premiere in St. Louis, and they were just looking for a local organization to partner with to help them draw a crowd and do some reach out. And this is now, the Curt Flood documentary was the fourth HBO film or show that they've come to us on and said, hey, will you partner with us? And they're great at putting on first-class events, and so it's a nice treat for us because we get to invite our members at the Sports Commission and his friends in the community to be part of a really special evening. And the film was remarkable. Anybody that didn't have the chance to see it when it aired on HBO, I'd say if there's a way you can watch it. Very educational, very insightful. And we had a great night at the History Museum with Bob Gibson there and some other luminaries and dignitaries.
Oh, yeah. Darlene Green and Mike Jones were there, and they got a proclamation. I'm sure that was pretty important to Curt Flood's family.
Exactly, yeah, and Curt Flood's widow being on hand, who just a very warm, articulate person, and it was great to have her in attendance.
One thing we do want to talk about is an organization called the St. Louis Sports Commission Associates. It's an up-and-coming organization, and you're putting on some big events for great causes.
Yeah, a few years ago we created what we call our associates group, a group of young professionals in St. Louis, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, although you can really be any age, to be part of the group. And we wanted to give young people a chance to get involved with the Sports Commission's efforts. So we formed this group. We're up to 90 members, and it's a real energized, engaged group of young people. They have an opportunity to do some social networking events with us, but they also do some meaningful volunteer work. And one of their big projects is overseeing our sportsmanship scholarship that we award annually to graduating high school seniors from St. Louis who exemplify outstanding sportsmanship over their athletic career. And the associates administer the scholarship, select its recipients, and they raise funds for it as well. And that's where our trivia night comes in later this month.
Yeah, with the trivia night, can you get us up to speed? I know it's later on in August, towards the end of the month, and it's going to be held out somewhere near Ladue. Could you maybe give us the facts?
It'll be in Creve Coeur at Temple Israel. It's the Sports Commission Associates Trivia Night. And it's not just sports trivia. Everybody thinks Sports Commission must be sports trivia, but it's all categories. And it's the second time they've done the event. I can tell you last year it was a lot of fun. They did a great job organizing it. Questions are great. People had a great time. But it'll be at Temple Israel, which is at the intersection of Ladue and Spady in Creve Coeur, August 27th, a Saturday night. Doors open at 6, trivia begins at 7, and if people need information, they can go to our website, which is stlsports.org/associates, or just call our office at 345-5101.
Now, you do some other kind of sports trivia events throughout the year, or it's just there's some other ones that go on in St. Louis. How would this one differ from the others?
Well, you're right. There's for whatever reasons, trivia nights are huge in St. Louis. It's like the where'd you go to high school question, I guess.
Right.
But the St. Patrick's Center has sort of the model. They have the mother of all trivia nights,
right.
if you will, that they do. I think it's in February every year, big sports trivia challenge. That's sort of the gold standard. Ours is a little bit more grassroots, but it's just a fun evening where you can come and it's bring your own food, but complimentary beverages are on hand, and it goes for a really good cause. This is our primary fundraising source for the Sportsmanship Scholarship.
Fantastic, and I guess they do dole out a couple of scholarships after the event, and anything else about that, or what else do you have coming up later in the year?
Sure, just with the scholarship itself. So each year we give out $5,000 to help further higher education for the recipients, and so we just selected 3 recipients. So one person's getting a $2,500 award, the other 2 are getting $1,250, and great stories. One's a graduate of Hazelwood Central. We have a Lindbergh grad and a Vianney grad. The Vianney grad, great story. He had letters sent to the Missouri High School Association, Activity Association, from referees that reffed his games, officiated his games, just commending him on how great he was on the field in terms of sportsmanship, professionalism. How often do you see that a referee actually writes to a school or an organization complimenting a player because of their approach on and off the field? And stuff like that we see, and we want to recognize and say, this is a great example. Here's a platform for us to say, here's what's right in sports, and let's acknowledge and reward these people for what they're doing.
That sure is a testament. Before we let you go, one more time, can you give us some contact information? It's August 27th, folks. You're going to want to come out to the temple right there at Spady and Ladue Road. And Mark, one more time, the contact information?
Website's stlsports.org/associates, and you can sign up online or call us at 345-5101. And, of course, on the websites, all our upcoming events. I'm sure on the next On the Clock segment we'll get into those, because starting in November, we are it's one of our busiest event stretches that we've had going into next year.
All right, Mark. Well, thank you very much once again, and keep up the great work.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, you've been watching On the Clock with the St. Louis Sports Commission on STL TV. Thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you next time.